Hello, greetings, and salutations. I'm just gonna go right to the sandwich this time, as we've had a bit of an extended intro the past episode or two, if I recall correctly. Anyway, I was I was eating some rolls the other day, and I got to thinking, you know, these things they really surprised me because they're typically in this case, for me at least, from based on my experience at this restaurant that I was at last night, like they were the highlight of the experience. I want to be honest with you that like these rolls, I'm just gonna level with you, like, and you might be thinking, well, rolls, like, are we talking like cinnamon rolls, or are we talking like barrel rolls? Are we talking like I don't know. There's a lot of different types of rolls, and for whatever reason, I can't think of too many more right now. I mean, there's so many types of rolls. Oh, that's the thing of this episode, but yeah, you can think about that on your own time, but not right now, because you need to go to sleep. And I mean, I guess you could fall asleep thinking about rolls if you want. You could dream about rolls, or something. You could do whatever you want. I don't want to tell you what to do. I can just offer you some friendly suggestions, perhaps. Some friendly advice. But yeah. So back to back to these rolls. Perhaps in fact, would be the more accurate, the more topically relevant, uh, segue. But segue is that what that's called? Never mind. Whatever. Um, but yeah. So yeah, a roll. Is by roll, I mean, in case you didn't already figure it out, I mean like those bread things, the dinner rolls, the little like not necessarily a circle or a square. It's just kind of between the two. It depends on where you go. The different places have different rolls. Sometimes they're a circle, and sometimes they're square. I mean, this one is somewhere in between. I mean, I guess no, they were just halfway in between. I don't know what else to say, um, but the thing is, they there was this not necessarily dipping sauce, but it was like the spread thing, and it was like honey, cinnamon, sugar, butter, or something like that. Oh wow, I mean, it's just like all four of those things. It's, I mean, that's honestly that's some turbo sauce right there. Speaking of which, I was looking up the meaning for the word turbo, or at least its origins, and apparently it has something to do with turbines, which makes sense, I guess. I thought turbo and turbulence were related, but apparently no, it's turbo and turbine. So, you learn something new every day, right? So, that don't let your parents or anyone tell you that this show is a waste of time, because hey, it's educational, right? I bet they didn't know that. I bet the haters didn't know that, right? Exactly. So, yeah, you don't feel bad about yourself. You're doing great. You're doing fine. All you got to do is just listen and keep listening. That's the only instructions. And before you know it, you're just gonna be a genius. You're gonna be just a warehouse of random trivia facts and knowledge. I mean, you could pull that one out anytime you want. I mean, it's a real party trick. Like, that's just gonna make everybody impressed. You drop that one on them. But yeah. So basically, uh, um, oh yeah. So yeah, you just keep listening to this. You're gonna be quite a whiz kid, or adult, or whatever. I don't know. The demographic. Whoever or whatever you are, and I don't mean to discriminate against different species here. I mean, not all of you are gonna be human, of course. I'm aware of that. Like, as I mentioned previously, a significant portion of our audience is jellyfish. But then we also got plankton and a squid. I mean, we have a lot of sea creatures, but beyond that, I mean, even on, I mean, we got extraterrestrials listening to this. It's crazy. It's a real melting pot. So I'm glad, whoever or whatever you are, that you discovered this and took the time to give it a chance and say, hey, you know what? Maybe you're a regular listener. Maybe you've tuned into every episode so far, and you were just like, oh, yay! It's a new episode of Hello, Greetings and Salutations, HG&S. Let me crank this one up, not too loud because I don't want to keep myself awake, but just the right volume, you know. But or maybe you were like, ooh, what's this in my recommended section here? This is kind of an odd suggestion. Why would you suggest me this? Well, I suggest um, that you keep listening because hey, you never know. You might get something. Yeah, anyway, are we done with the rules thing? Is there? I mean, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else to comment on. Besides the rules of that restaurant experience. I mean, oh, what did I get? I got the, well, I don't want to, you think about food here now. I don't want to make you hungry. I'm supposed to be making you tired. Maybe you can dream about food, though. I don't know. Okay. So, if you're not a food enthusiast, if you are not on board with food, if you are not okay with the existence of food, then please do not listen any further to this. So I'm going to give just a brief moment here for all of the food antagonists, all of the food dissenters, to pack their things up and leave. Okay, I'm assuming now these are only our food tolerant. Oh, what would that word be? Food tolerators? Yeah, is that right? Yeah, whatever. Um, but I'm assuming, if you're still here this far, it means that you are okay with food. Perhaps you even, enjoy food. I'm not gonna rock the boat here with my highly controversial opinion, but the point is, if you're here, it means that you in favor of food. Anyway, so what did I order? I got the let's see, I got a sweet potato and fries and rice and a salad and a drink or two. Yeah, I think two. And yeah, and the rolls. There were peanuts on the table, so I ate those up. And that was about it. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else can I even comment on. So so hmm, I guess we've run out of topics to talk about. Oh, what's this? The ring, 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 ring. What? Hello? Hey, hey, it's me. You. What does that mean? It's. You sound just like me. I don't know why you keep saying that. I did not sound like you. What? Yeah. Well, it's me, Figurative Frank. Remember me from the last episode? Oh. Hey, Figurative Frank. I didn't think you'd be making a cameo in every episode. Yeah, I was hoping I wouldn't have to. I only come in when it's like dull and there's nothing going on to talk about. Well, to be fair, I was kind of running out of topics, but I'm glad that decided to give me a call and just kill some time for the episode. Well, we don't kill anything here. I'm not advocating murder. Well, of course not. Of course not. I mean, it's a figure of speech. I don't care if it's a figure of speech. I'm not murdering anything here, all right? So if you say that again, I'm going to hang up and then you're going to be on your own. All right, fine. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do that because murder. That's a felony. It's a first degree felony right there. I mean, in most societies, that's not something to take lightly or make. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, that's fine. I just different people have. Never mind. Just okay. Uh, but yeah, the point is, thanks for calling and helping us. Just kind of fill in the space. Wait, us? What do you talk about? What's the us? Well, you and me. Me, I'm not helping myself with anything. I'm helping you. I'm just doing you a favor. That's all I'm here for. Oh, uh, unless you mean there's some sort of audience. Well, I mean, in which case, you know what would happen. You know where you'll end up if you speak about that. That's right. Yes, I do. So with this knowledge in mind, is there anything you want to say to me or ask me or anything? Well, let's see here. It sure is quite the predicament that I currently find myself in. I okay. We got 20 minutes left. So oh, unbelievable, unbelievable. Hey, are you just gonna heckle me the whole thing? No. All right. Well, what brings you to this neck of the woods? This what? This neck of the woods. Have you never heard that? Um, I, I, yeah, it's like, well, what does that even mean? Neck of the woods? Like area of the woods section. Since when is neck a synonym for section or part or area or anything like that? I've never heard those interchanged outside of that expression. Well, I guess, but I mean, I just, assume that oh, you assume. Uh, yeah, do you know where assuming gets you? Right? It gets you here, hosting this. What are you saying? What are you saying? Huh? Oh, not this again. Come on. Come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest, right? Off the record here. I don't think it is off the record. No, trust me. Like, this is just a private discussion. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure we're still going. No, no, we're not recording. I think I see the timer. I mean, I'm pretty sure the listen. Well, as if anyone's listening to this anyway. It's not even like it's right at the beginning of the episode. I mean, this is like the middle. Yeah, well, they might be skipping around. Then they're not true fans. Who cares about them then? Wow, geez. I mean, I care about. Yeah, well, that's exactly the problem. Are you suggesting I shouldn't care about the listeners? Oh, come on. You have to put it in such dramatic terms. Here, look, I'm just gonna give it to you straight, okay? So, what you're doing here, the whole operation, right? The whole crux of the thing, the whole, just the whole meat of the sandwich, right? That you're crafting. I mean, just, I mean, take a look. Like, you think, have you forgotten how you got here? Huh? You honestly expect me to believe that you don't remember how you wound up here in this studio, in this booth, in this chair, with this microphone? Do you know what any of this is? Do you know what's on that wall behind you? Right? Do you remember? Well, you don't remember. Re- oh wow. Oh, I can't believe this. This is this is something else. Really. Uh, so you've been here that long? What do you remember how long you've been here for? I don't know, a while, I think. So what do? You just record episode after episode? Well, I mean, I do some other stuff too. Just like what? Well, I mean, I do, I pass the time between episodes by doing what? Well, just a little bit of this, that, and the other. Like what? Hey, come on, I don't have to break down my daily schedule for you. Oh, yeah, you're right, you're right. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to do anything, okay? You also don't have to keep this studio and this equipment and everything. What are you suggesting, Figurative Frank? Are you saying this is yours? No, I'm not saying it is, but I'm also not saying it isn't. That's not the point, alright? I'm not going to take anything away from you. All right. You're here for a reason, and you're going to keep being here until it's decided that you're not here anymore. Because that's how life works. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's how life works. Got it. All right. So, just to clarify, like, what do you remember before being here? What do you mean? In this studio, in the chair you're sitting in. What were you doing right before you got here? Uh, I don't. You don't remember? Is that well? Of course, um, I. You know what? It's been a long day. Oh, a long day. How long of a day? A few years, a decade, and oh, come on. Don't play these mind games with me. You're trying to make me think I'm crazy or something. Oh, I'm not. You know what? I gotta get going anyway. All right. So good luck with the rest of your little podcast. Hey, it's not a podcast. Yeah, sure, or whatever. Your little, sad. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna insult your what you got going on here. Okay. I gotta admit, I'm a fan from time to time. I like some of your ideas. I think, you know, just good luck, basically. Good luck with the rest of your episode. I hope that you have enough to say that there's never just, silence. Okay? So, good luck and goodbye. Goodbye, figurative Frank. Well, that was a nice little visit. Um, anyway, yeah, yeah. Brought up few interesting, few interesting things there. They were thrown into that mix, into that pot, into the boiler, the stew, or something. I don't. Yeah, I mean, at some point, something must have happened. Um, in order to have gotten the yeah, I don't know. Good night here. Anyway, what's the next topic gonna be? Sorry for the profuse yawning there. I suppose my hungry little cranium, needs some oxygen. I'm trying to be as generic as possible here because not all species have brains. I mean, jellyfish, for example, who are a significant percentage of our audience, don't have brains. So, and I'm not insulting their intelligence or anything. I mean, some of the, smartest creatures on Earth are jellyfish, and even some of the smartest creatures in our solar system. Well, in the solar system that Earth is in, I'm not, that's a whole other thing. But in any case, but yeah, I suppose that area needs a particularly large amount of oxygen in my case, um, presently at the moment, for whatever reason. Perhaps it's just because I've been awake for a long time, a very, very long time in my case. Um, but yeah, I wish I could go to sleep. Okay, so let's talk about something else. So I was oh, that's not the what is around me here? What am I looking at? Well, there's this chair that I'm sitting in. That's really something, eh? I mean, let's talk about chairs. No, that a different episode. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. It's just kind of like it's the uncertainty of topics. It's the very fabric of I mean, all right, let's talk about fabric. I'm thoroughly convinced that that's not going to be the opening line of any episode of this. Would it be about fabric? So this is the time to talk about it. Now's the time. Um, okay, so fabric, and how it relates to you in your daily life. Well, okay, then let's make a Venn diagram of fabric and sorry everyone else, but I gotta go with the humans on this one because I think most of the listeners are humans. But don't worry, everyone else is gonna get their chance, I promise. So, Venn diagram of no, you know what? Let's not make it humans. Let's just make it listeners. Okay, that way it's more. Yeah, just strike all of that. It's fabric and listeners make the Venn diagram. Okay, so over on the fabric only side, the fabric is a non-living creature, as far as we know, as far as I know, anyway. The fabric is non-edible, as far as I know. I mean, I've never tried to eat fabric, but I'm sure if I did, it would not end up very well for myself. So, uh, so that's two. We need three things, I believe, in each film. So what else is a characteristic of fabric that is not a characteristic of a listener? Well, fabric. Fabric is delicate. Yeah. All right. So now we go on to the both sides, the overlap. So both fabric and listeners are visible in as third dimensional objects. So that's one. Both fabric and listeners can appreciate this podcast, appreciate this show on some level. Okay, that's two. And three, both fabric and listeners like you, who uh, are residents of the Milky Way galaxy. I I think. Yeah. Does this do our airwaves reach Andromeda? No. Yeah. Yeah. No. So, they're just Milky Way. Um. So I think that's all three for both. All right then. So for the listeners only side, so things that apply to listeners that don't apply to fabric, living creatures, um, edible, and what else? I was gonna say listening, but I don't know that the fabric's not listening. It could be in its own, in its own way. Um, but I mean, come on, just one more thing. That I mean, it shouldn't be that hard, right? Just comparing, like just stating one thing that is true of a listener that is not true of fabric. I mean, that shouldn't be too hard. So, yeah, yeah, greedy cranium tonight, really, stealing up all the air. All right, well, I'm gonna make this one of the fill in it, fill in the blank, solve your own puzzle at home uh, things. You can you can make up that one in your own mind, in your own time. But yeah, so okay, we got like 6 more minutes, 7 more minutes, I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna have to. I mean, do you want to just finish the Venn diagram, or is, well, Hmm. Yeah. Well, we're not gonna. Oof. I almost said something real. Uh. It would have been not good had I said it. So good thing I didn't say it. Anyway, so we were drawing nearer. Well, I mean, I'm not technically drawing anything, uh, unless you mean like, I'm literally drawing, like doodling, while moving nearer to something. Have you ever done that? Speaking of which, have you ever been drawing stuff in like, the back of a car or something, maybe the passenger seat, or even like a bus or a train or something? Well, a train's probably, more normal, or a plane, I suppose. I mean, who hasn't drawn something on a plane? Like, if you've been on a plane, you've probably drawn on a plane. I mean, not drawn on it as in, like on the actual metallic structure of the plane itself, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just drawing, in your seat. Well, I mean, it's technically not your seat because you don't own it, but you know what I mean. The seat that you're sitting in. Not the seat you're sitting in now, but the seat you were sitting in at the time of when you were on the plane. So, you know, but I mean, yeah, I'm sure that happened at some point to a lot of people. Um, but yeah, drawing nearer, I guess could be applicable to any form of transportation then, because it's like you, you're drawing nearer, like, yeah. So, come on, we just got a few more minutes to get through here. Yeah, well, I mean, it's every day, like you're drawing out, something. It's like it's all drawn out and everything, and I don't know. I mean, you get like, I mean, there's some kind of, we already had our one designated, phone call for this episode. We got the guest and everything, the special appearance, the cameo. So we won't have anyone else to help us out. Not really that we have time for it anyway, because now we're coming to the end. I guess, it could be time now for me to give the final not goodbye, because it's certainly not goodbye. You're gonna be hearing from me again real soon, I promise. But um, you know what I mean. Just like the this sign off for this episode, the conclusion to this episode. It's time now. I can do it now. Yeah, I can. Right. This one can. All right. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. All right. Nice. Anyway. So yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Is that only relevant for like a television thing, or like tuning in because it's like to tune, like with the antenna and the little knob thing? I mean, yeah, it's probably rooted in television, but I mean, would it be entirely inaccurate to compare it to, you know, internet video, or however you're listening to this radio, live radio? Um, I don't know, whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, I'm in the green on that one. So thanks for tuning in, and thanks for dropping on by. Hopefully, if I did my job correctly, you are asleep by now, and autoplay is gonna put something else on that'll probably wake you up. Um, Otherwise, if you're still awake, I'm sorry. Um, Maybe this one was a little too riveting for you. Maybe a little too story advancing or something, or character development or whatever. Um, Here I go getting all Whatever. This room has four walls. Don't forget that. Don't change. Don't alter that. All right. Well, thanks everybody, and yeah, yeah, okay. See, well, I'm not gonna. Well, I'm not gonna. It's you'll hear from me real soon in the next episode, which is coming soon. So, yeah, uh, yeah. Until then, good night.